This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by FrostGPR.com. Get your preparedness supplies. That is FrostGPR's advice. If you're prepared, you will not fear. That's why FrostGPR is here. FrostGPR.com. All right, I'm sitting here with Ryan from Nashua in the wee hours of the Liberty Forum. A lot of folks have gone upstairs, gone to bed. But I want to talk to you a little bit about HCR6 and some of your beefs with the way the rally was handled. You didn't like a lot of the things you heard at the rally as a libertarian. You thought it was maybe, I don't remember, I should let you tell me what your beefs were.
Well, I should start out saying that I really support HCR6, at least as far as what I think it's all about.
HCR6, by the way, is a sort of sovereignty resolution in the state of New Hampshire that would draw lines in the sand against federal encroachment. Anyway, your thoughts on HCR6?
Yeah, so I fully support what I believe the intention of HCR6 is, which is a line in the sand saying, no more, we're not going to accept any more federal encroachment. And I guess what my feelings were from the rally, it wasn't so much the speakers that they had lined up there, but more of the way it was all presented. And being a rally, I can understand people getting into it and everything, but there was a lot of like chanting going on, saying, like, some of the things that I remember people saying was like, "No King Obama," as if, you know, by inciting the name Obama, they were saying, well, they wouldn't say the same thing about any other tyrant. And I think that's the wrong attitude to have, especially in front of the House. I mean, you've got a
Democrats right now.
You've got a lot of Democrats there, and you know, that's not the intent of the bill. As far as I understand it, and the repetition of it all is mind numbing, and is groupthink, and it really. It doesn't. It's not honest dialogue. People were getting so involved into it, and they were talking about revolution, and they were talking about. I mean, they really cared about this, but they almost had a violent tendency towards what they were talking about. They were. At one point, there was a call to, you know, put your hand in the air in the form of a gun, and that's just, it's violent. It's not the way we need to be talking about this stuff. Sovereignty is a concept that should be approached in the most solemn terms. It shouldn't be talked about with violence. It shouldn't be talked about lightly. And it was an environment that I felt very much not welcome and not conducive to the way I want to go about things.
Now, you know, there's, I guess, a work in progress to try and get a more bipartisan bill to come up next year. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, honestly, I don't know if I would ever go back to something like this ever again. I respect so many people that were there, and yet seeing them engaging in what I thought was mindless, and I don't want to see them do it, because I don't think it's an emotional thing for me. I don't want to judge them for necessarily chanting and you know what I almost considered to be begging. I mean, at one point they were yelling, "Uncle, Uncle."
Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it was kind of a duality thing there, where they were saying, "Uncle Sam, please stop." But in reality, when somebody's twisting your arm or something, you say, "Uncle, Uncle." That's like a giving up statement, and it was. People accepted that because that's what everybody else was doing, and we need to have dialogue. We need to have discussion. We need people engaged in their brains, and that's not what was going on there. It was people, going with whatever was being said, and people getting involved in it, and I want to have an honest discussion with people. I want people to come up with their own ideas and kind of have a forum of how best to go about this. We need to be talking about free markets. We need to be talking about voluntarism, because that's what a sovereign society that I want to live in. I mean, so we need to have the same means about going to that as we want in the end.
What do you think could be done to prevent the kind of problems that you feel like you saw at this rally from happening at the next one?
Well, I guess it's just the format of it all. I would say I firmly support HCR 6. I'm not generally one to get involved in politics myself, but for this particular issue, I see the strategy in talking to your politicians about it, and I think anarchists, voluntarists can get involved in this just as well as the political people, and in calling the representatives of New Hampshire and getting involved with this. The rally, I don't think did a damn thing.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by FrostGPR.com.